Hi everyone, this is Trudy. We are officially beginning our Major Arcana Tarot class today. I'm so excited. I am holding up some of the Major Arcana cards that you will see as we go through our lesson. I have a few that I like, the Lovers. You will learn all about the Lovers in this class. And of course, the Fool. I love this card, so let's get kicking. You guys ready? I'm actually trying to turn on a light here. Hold on one second. Okay, there we go, the Fool. So I am going to begin by sharing the PowerPoint with you. Oh, hold on. Hopefully I can get this going here. Well, folks. Oh, here we go. There we go. Yay, here we go. Okay, it's the beginning of our class. I'm so excited, and we're learning the Major Arcana. So, what is the Major Arcana? And that is the topic that we will be covering today. And so, if you want to learn along with me and the others who will be taking this class, then go to myvirtualtarot.com and click on the Learn to Read Tarot tab with Trudy, and I will be actually lighting up these modules in the next couple of weeks. So let's go through this and you'll have a better idea of what to expect. You will actually learn how to read for yourself. And that is no joke. So very exciting. Okay, let's start with a picture of me. This is the beginning of virtual tarot. And you can see that I had very long hair back then. But anyway, this is your teacher. I am Trudy, and I have been teaching the tarot now for about 6 years. And I am so interested in it. It just fascinates me, and I'm telling you, the Major Arcana, I can just read with this deck alone, and oftentimes readers will do that. So once you've mastered this deck, you will be able to read, and we will be moving on to the Minor Arcana after this class. However, you will be able to conduct readings, and that I would assume most of you will have this skill set down in about 6 weeks. Okay, so how many cards are there in a standard tarot deck? Well, there are 78 cards. Okay, so for those of you who are new to this, the tarot is divided into the Major Arcana and the Minor Arcana. Now, the Major Arcana, I deem the more important. It has deep spiritual meaning. And if you use this deck, you can not only read and forecast the future for others, but you will also be able to take a deep dive into your very own psyche. So it is quite powerful. Now, all standard decks consist of 78 cards, and this you should know. The Major Arcana, which we will be learning in the next few weeks, consists of 22 cards. The Minor Arcana consists of 56. They are divided into 4 suits, and we will learn to name those suits. Okay, so we're talking now about the Major Arcana a little bit, and as you saw at the beginning of class, the first card to come up was the Fool, and the Fool is actually represented by the number 0. And why is that? Because 0 encompasses all possibilities, the alpha and the omega, the beginning and the end. And so within the Fool, we have a seed that will germinate and that will travel throughout each one of these experiences, and so of each card. So how is the Major, well, hold on one sec. I think I might have missed. Hold on, sorry. As I said, I'm getting used to this. How is the Major Arcana different from the Minor Arcana? Well, as we had mentioned, and you've probably heard of this if you're familiar with the tarot, it represents the journey of the Fool, or some will call it the hero's journey. Okay, so here we have all 22 cards of the major arcana, beginning with the Fool, which is 0, and ending with the World, which is 21. And excuse me, I've got this, this number is incorrect up here. I've got to change this, but it's actually, the World is 21. And as you will see, each one of these cards has a beautiful image drawn upon it. And each one is rich with symbolism. And so we will go through these cards one by one within this class and spend some time getting familiar with the symbolism within each one of these cards so that you can read them. Believe it or not, you'll be able to read them. Now, I wanted to mention that the minor arcana also is interesting and significant. And the reason I'm bringing this up, or I'm bringing up these queens, is that oftentimes when a reader has a new querent come in, they will have them pick what they call a significator card from the deck. And this is usually a face card. If it's a male, the reader will probably pull kings, I would think. If the querent is a female, she will pull from the deck of queens. And so as you can see, we have 4 suits: the pentacles, the cups, the swords, and the wands. Each one of these suits will also encompass an astrological, well, 3 astrological signs per. So as you can see, Pentacles encompasses Virgo, Capricorn, and Taurus. It is the earth suit. The cups, Pisces, Scorpio, and Cancer. Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. That's me. I am a Gemini, so I'm a Queen of Swords. Wands, Aries, Sagittarius, and Leo. So if you're reading, it would be interesting to learn what the qualities of these queens are, because you will be able to, and I digress from major arcana, but you will be able to discern personality from the choice. Okay, so let's talk about the story of the Fool's journey, because it's pretty interesting, actually. And it's, you know, when I think of the Fool, I think of a hitchhiker on the side of the road. This is a person who has no responsibility, who's wearing rose-colored glasses, who may be a little bit naive even, but who's enjoying the journey. And everything's a go. And so that's how we start. And that's how we are born. So it's really interesting to see this Fool journey throughout each one of these metaphors, these cards. It's really a lot of fun. So at the start, he's kind of like a newborn baby. He's very spontaneous, and he's a 0, which tells us that he's poised and ready to take on any quality that he may encounter. So I do think that the Fool is a very important card, and we should meditate on the Fool during this class. So the Fool's journey does speak to the idea of the Fool. Again, he's traveling through all of these cards, and his journey is, again, a symbolic representation of mankind's journey from ignorance to wisdom. So he will travel through all of the stages or lessons along the path to enlightenment. Oh, I want to back up a little bit, because I've included this link here. It's a really interesting read about the Fool's Journey. And so go through that if you would, and you'll get a better idea. Okay, I pulled this photo. I love it, actually, and I'm probably going to get in trouble for it, but Reese Witherspoon in Wild. And if you haven't seen that movie, take a peek. It speaks to what we're talking about here. She actually encounters all kinds of bears and scary people and things along the way. She's on a quest actually to heal, and just, you know, this having everything you need on your back just really speaks to the Fool. And so that's how you might want to think of this card when you're beginning your studies. Now, again, the Fool encompasses the beginning and the ending, the Alpha and the Omega. The fact that it is a zero is also a metaphor for life. And as you can see, each one of these cards will take the Fool into different situations, from the Magician, which means he can actually manifest onto the earth plane, to the High Priestess. She speaks to the invisible veil, the Empress, fertility, the Emperor, the dogma of the world, and then all the way skipping to, and I'm not going to go over each and every one of these cards, but skipping to the Sun, vitality, health, wellness, Judgment. And Judgment is a really cool card, and we'll learn all about that one. It's kind of a difficult one to interpret, but because it can have so many different meanings. But, you know, Judgment, rising to your higher purpose, and then the World, entering a new phase, actually maybe even becoming reborn, reincarnation even. So there you go. It's pretty heavy stuff. Whoop. Okay, now the 22 cards of the Major Arcana can also be thought of as sort of a master toolkit that's nestled in the tarot deck. And it can be used to develop self-awareness purely, and without using it to forecast the future. You can use it purely as a tool for spiritual growth. And so if that is what you would like to achieve in this class, what is a higher and better goal than that? So every single card will have a lesson and a message, and we will learn each one. It can be used as a spiritual guide. It can help you to solve problems. You can meditate upon a card that you feel drawn to and gain specific knowledge into solving problems. These cards can also help you create harmony and balance. And you can also use it, as we had said previously, just the Major Arcana, to create readings for yourself and for others. And again, you may even find yourself on YouTube, which would be really cool. So I wanted to show you that the Magician has all of the tools that he needs before him, and you can see those tools. He has the cup, the sword, the pentacle, and the wand in front of him. And what that means is that he has everything he needs. This is the very first card with an actual number on it. And so it goes from the Fool to the Magician. And as you can see, here's a 4-card spread. That's what I do on YouTube. I create 4-card spreads, and you can create one, and we will learn how to do that in our class. You can create a 4-card spread with the Major Arcana. Okay, so why should I learn to read the Major Arcana first? And just take a guess. Well, I don't see any comments, so because you are the Fool, and there I am. You are the Fool. You have a lot of ideas. You've got a lot of possible vistas that you want to climb. You are packed up and ready to go. So we're going to take this journey together. So each of the major arcana cards can be used by you as a focus of deep meditation. So as the Fool, you will focus on these cards. And this is the cool part. You're going to begin to see these images all around you as you take this class. You'll see these images in everyday life. And I've actually included some in this PowerPoint presentation. And I'm going to ask you guys to upload some of your own as homework. So you will, it's crazy, but as you begin to learn these cards all around you, you're going to be able to see this symbolism, and you're going to realize that these ancient insights have been around since the beginning of time, because that's how our brains work. We think in symbol. So these images are going to allow you to really attain your higher purpose, open your eyes, and allow you to really resonate with some of this ancient knowledge. It's so exciting. Okay, so here are a couple of the cards that I've pulled for you, and you can see here's the Tower, and I tried not to pull all the cards, you know, scary cards, so I have some happy ones in here too, but as you can see all around us, there are movies, and actually there have been some reality situations, unfortunately, and as in the World Trade Center, things that have happened, that kind of energy. And so you can see that energy in this card. Happy card, the Sun. Love this card. And you can see that health, if you walk into a health food store or a GNC or anything like that, you will see that a lot of the packaging will speak to this sort of happy, sunny, you know, feel. And so the sun gives us energy and vitality, and we feel youthful. And that's why, you know, we have the copper tone baby on the beach and that type of thing. So this is also energy that you will see all around you. Death. This is quite the card, isn't it? You see this skeleton, fully armored on this white horse. And there are kings and children. Death is coming one way or the other. It's no respecter of persons. So tell me what you see around you that reminds you of this card. Well, the Grateful Dead, obviously, the Walking Dead. This is so pervasive within our culture, this archetype. And actually, this T-shirt on the bottom is pulled from Pinterest. So these images are everywhere. The operation of the spiritual laws governing your particular life situation will become obvious as you acquire deeper knowledge of the meaning behind the symbolism of each card. And so which cards do you resonate with? Which symbols do you draw to yourself? This will help you to understand who you are, which path you're on, which situation you're in as the Fool. And of course, we all go through these situations, and sometimes we'll go through a few of them, and then we'll get to the world and we'll start over. And so that's the exciting part behind the major arcana. We're constantly on this journey. So I'm really excited to start our journey learning how to read the major arcana. Again, we'll be covering each of these cards independently. Each one of these videos will be available on the website. And so if you're not able to see or watch live, not to worry, because you can actually watch this online. You can go to the website and see it. And if you really, really want to learn how to read, I would suggest that you follow along and that you give yourself ample time to review the assignments, review the video, do the homework. I will actually grade the homework. At this point, this is a free class, and so the way we will do it is by you submitting your homework to me via email. And I will come in once a week and I will grade your assignments. So this is what you'll need for this class. You're going to need your very own tarot cards, and I've given you a link for the Rider deck, the classic deck. And I like to read that deck. It's a great deck to learn with. It's a universal deck. And after you learn that deck, you can go on and experiment and play. There are a lot of beautiful decks out there. Also, go online and order this book, the complete book of tarot reversals. Now, it may seem odd that we'll be studying from this book, but there is interpretation for the card upright and for the card reversed. I do believe that reading both adds depth to each and every one of these cards. And so I would like to incorporate reversals into this class. Again, a 2-inch spiral bound notebook, because there will be PDFs that you'll need to download and fill out. You'll be creating your very own notebook to refer to when you do readings. Divider tabs, again, so that you can divide the major arcana from the minor arcana and the suits as well. So you're going to need 5. Colored pencils, and that's because we'll be having some fun coloring these cards in, and it's great for memorization. It's a good learning modality. You're going to need, of course, access to the internet or some type of device. Even your phone will work just fine. And then a printer if you'd like to print out the assignments and add them to your notebook, which it's nice to have something tactile again. So anyway, this is the deck that we will read. We will work with the Rider Tarot deck, and you can click on the link below to purchase it at Amazon. It's about $13, I believe. And if you have Amazon Prime, of course, the shipping's free. Now, this is the book that we'll be working from by Mary K. Greer. It's very well written. This book I've used for the past year. I really love this. So just click on the link below to get this book. We'll use it throughout this course, and also we'll use it when we're studying the minor arcana. So join the class. It's really easy. All you have to do really to join is watch the videos at this point. I'm gathering the homework assignments, and that will be next week. I'll begin to post those. I think the first assignment is pretty simple. It's basically just watching the introduction video and commenting on that. So what I would love to do is get you guys, get you in a chat room here in a couple of weeks so that we can actually together lay a couple of spreads. And what we'll do is I'll take actual questions from you and show you how spreads work with the major arcana only. And so you get your questions answered basically for free if you're chosen, and you get to learn at the same time. So we're going to do that. I'll post when that's coming up. We're going to do that once a week. It's going to be our playtime, and it'll be a lot of fun. So thanks for joining me. Again, this will be posted on the website. I'm going to also post a few questions underneath this video just so that you can test your knowledge basically. And then we'll start in earnest next week. So thanks for joining. Bye-bye.